Karen trespassed onto my farm and rode my rescue horses without permission. When I sent her a bill for the damage, she sued me for 10 grand, claiming emotional trauma. What she didn't know is that someone had caught everything on camera. Karen rode my horses without permission, then tried to sue me after getting the bill. The dust swirled in the late afternoon sun, painting the old stable in hues of gold and amber. My name's Clara, and for 15 years I've run Meadows Edge Stables, a quiet sanctuary in rural Virginia where horses heal broken souls and hard work mends broken lives. My 6 horses, each your rescue with scars of their own, are my family. I don't advertise much. Word of mouth brings clients who respect the rules, or so I thought, until Karen showed up. It started with a phone call. Karen's voice was sharp, demanding a trial ride for her daughter, Lily. I explained my policy. Lessons require contracts, vet checks, and a $200 deposit to cover horse care. Karen scoffed, calling it extortion, but agreed to come by. When they arrived, Lily, a shy 12-year-old, lit up at the sight of my mare, Starlight. Karen, however, radiated entitlement, her designer boots sinking into the mud as she barked orders. I brushed it off. Clients can be prickly, but I didn't expect what came next. 2 weeks later, I returned from a supply run to find Starlight and my gelding, Rusty, lathered in sweat, their coats streaked with dirt. The stable gate was ajar and hoof prints led to the back pasture. My heart sank. Someone had ridden them without permission. I checked the security camera. There was Karen, bold as brass, hoisting herself onto Starlight while Lily struggled with Rusty. No helmets, no supervision. Just Karen's smug grin as she spurred my horses into a reckless gallop. Furious, I called her. "You rode my horses without consent. That's theft of service." Karen laughed, her voice dripping with disdain. "They're just animals, Claire. I did you a favor, gave them exercise." I sent her a bill, $4,500, covering vet checks, feed, and stress on the horses. She hung up screaming about highway robbery. A month later, a lawsuit landed on my doorstep. Karen was suing me for $10,000, claiming emotional distress and a twisted ankle from unsafe conditions in my stable. My blood boiled. This woman had trespassed, endangered my horses, and now dared to play victim. I hired a lawyer, dipping into savings meant for a new barn roof. The community rallied. Neighbors donated to a legal fund, and my farrier, Tom, offered to testify about the horse's condition. But the stress was crushing. Sleepless nights blurred into days as I wondered if I'd lose everything. Enter Maggie, the twist I never saw coming. A quiet woman in her 60s, Maggie had been boarding her pony Daisy at my stable for years. She rarely spoke, always paid on time, and kept to herself. One evening, as I shoveled manure and vented about Karen, Maggie approached, her eyes sharp. "Clara, I saw something that day," she said. She'd been in the hayloft, unnoticed, when Karen and Lily snuck in. Maggie had recorded it on her phone. Clear footage of Karen ignoring Lily's pleas to stop yanking Starlight's reins and laughing as Rusty stumbled. "I didn't say anything earlier," Maggie admitted. "Didn't want trouble, but this ain't right." That video changed everything. In court, Karen's lawyer painted her as a devoted mom wronged by a negligent stable owner. But when my lawyer played Maggie's footage, the room went silent. Karen's face paled as the judge watched her reckless ride, her cruel laughter echoing. The case was dismissed, and Karen was ordered to pay my legal fees, $8,000. I felt vindicated, but the victory was hollow. Starlight never recovered fully. The vet found micro tears in her tendons, likely from Karen's harsh riding. I had to retire her, breaking my heart and Lily's, who sobbed when I told her. Lily hadn't wanted to ride that day. Karen had pushed her, chasing some twisted sense of status. I refunded Lily's lesson fees, hoping to ease her guilt, but the damage was done. My savings were gone, the barn roof still leaked, and Karen, she moved on unscathed, posting about her unfair ordeal on social media. The bitterest pill came later. I learned Karen had pulled this before, suing a dog trainer, a yoga studio, anyone who dared charge her for services she felt entitled to take. She thrived on chaos, leaving wreckage in her wake. I rebuilt slowly with Tom's help and Maggie's quiet support, but the scars lingered. Meadows Edge wasn't just a stable, it was my life's work, nearly destroyed by one woman's arrogance. In the end, I forgave Lily, who wrote me a tear-stained apology. But Karen, she'll never see the harm she caused. Not to me, not to Starlight, not to her own daughter. Justice prevailed, but at a cost too steep for any court to measure. What would you do if someone like Karen crossed your path? Share your thoughts on justice, entitlement, or rebuilding after betrayal.